Shall I stop sharing it?
Yeah, you can stop, sir.
Okay.
Okay, we are live. We are live, and then I'm starting. I'll also bring Sushma this side. I've launched the webinar. Let me check if Sushma is there. Sushma will be coming this side. Yeah, I can see Sushma here. Okay. 120 are connected. More people are getting connected. Okay, Sushma ma'am. Yeah, you can start the prayer.
Okay. Heavenly Father, we come before you with gratitude.
Sushma, you're in mute.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. Okay, we'll begin this session with a prayer. Heavenly Father, we come before you with gratitude as we continue this meaningful journey of learning and reflection. On this second day, as we focus on responsible governance in academic leadership, we seek your guidance and wisdom. Bless our speaker with insight and clarity, and may every participant be inspired to lead with integrity, justice, and compassion. Teach us to value leadership not as authority, but as commitment to serve and uplift those entrusted to our care. May our choices as educators reflect fairness, purpose, and respect for all. Strengthen us to be mindful stewards of truth, nurturing environments that shape both minds and hearts for the greater good. In your holy name we pray. Amen.
Good evening, one and all present here. I would like to begin by saying the whole purpose of education is to turn mirrors into windows, said by Sydney J. Harris. As we embark on the second day of our faculty development program on empowering faculty for ethical teaching in the digital era, we continue our journey towards creating a society rooted in ethics, building on the foundations laid yesterday. Today, we will explore further dimensions of ethical teaching, equipping ourselves with the skills to navigate the complexities of the digital age. I'm Rajula, the Regional Manager of Globethics South Asia, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to moderate this conversation and appreciate the enthusiasm of our participants. This online FDP is a joint initiative between DMI Engineering College, Arulvaimali, and Globethics South Asia Center. I would like to welcome our esteemed guests, including Dr. A. Albert Raj, the Principal, DMI Engineering College, Arulvaimali, and Dr. Pradibha, the coordinator of this event from DMI Engineering College, who is our partner institution. I warmly welcome each of you to this program, believing it will be a valuable platform for refining the skills of teaching professionals to tackle challenges and make ethical decisions in their campuses, including the responsible use of AI tools. I would like to extend a heartfelt thank to you all participants who have joined from all the states of India and also from outside the country. To facilitate interaction, please use the chat box to introduce yourself with your name, place, and do not forget to mention your country. It's our pleasure to recognize your presence from different countries. For questions, kindly post them in the Q&A box, and our speaker will address them to the best of his ability. Let's work together to refine our skills and make a positive impact in our institutions. Having said that, I take the honor of welcoming our esteemed guest speaker, Dr. A. Albert Raj.
Thank you, ma'am.
Dr. A. Albert Raj is the principal of DMI Engineering College, a distinguished academician, researcher, and IEEE senior member. With a profound career spanning over 3 decades in engineering education and administration, Dr. Raj has become a stalwart in the fields of electronics and communication engineering, VLSI design, and smart systems. Dr. Albert Raj holds a PhD from Anna University and has completed his ME with the distinction from Alagappa Chettiar College of Engineering and BE from VMKV Engineering College. He has held prestigious academic positions, including Dean at Sri Krishna College of Engineering and Technology, and also was the founder principal of DMI Engineering College, where he introduced transformative academic and administrative reforms. A prolific researcher, Dr. Raj has authored over 40 journal publications, contributed to 3 book chapters, and published 2 technical books. His research interests cover a broad spectrum from polar code decoding and image denoising to smart healthcare systems. He has successfully guided 8 doctoral candidates and continues to supervise several more. Dr. Albert Raj's contribution extended beyond academia into innovation and industry collaboration. He has secured funding from multiple government agencies, mentored national level hackathon teams, and published patents, including a smart honey harvesting system. His exemplary mentorship has been recognized with numerous awards, including the AICTE Vishwakarma Award and multiple Best Paper Awards at international conferences. As a passionate educator and thought leader, Dr. Albert Raj regularly delivers invited lectures on topics ranging from machine learning and VLSI to introduce readiness and leadership skills. He serves on editorial boards and has reviewed for reputed journals such as IEEE Access and Science Direct. Additionally, he plays an instrumental role in curriculum development and quality enhancement as a Board of Studies expert. Being the head of the institution at DMI Engineering College, he's the right person to address today's topic. We are privileged to have Dr. Albert Raj with us today. I'm sure his presence adds immense value to our event, and we eagerly look forward to the insights he will share on principles of responsible governance in academic leadership. I request all of you to virtually applaud Dr. Albert Raj and welcome him. Hearty welcome, sir, and please take over the floor.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your introductions. Good evening, one and all present here. Ma'am, is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Is it moving now?
Not moving, sir. First slide still. You can close it and open it again, sir.
Is it okay, ma'am? But I think the full screen is not working.
Okay, you can slideshow, then start from the beginning, sir. From the beginning, double click. It should work. Double
Yeah,
click.
yeah. That is what I'm trying, ma'am.
It's better, sir.
Is it okay now?
It's all right. You can go ahead because the one slide is in.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll keep on changing, no issue, ma'am. Okay. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, one and all present here. I am Dr. Albert Raj, and I'm going to discuss about the effective ways in which the educational institutions are going to be managed by the leaders like you. We all are leaders, and we are going to discuss in the 4 different topics today. The topics are the leaders within, leaders mindset, leaders way, and the team leads. Now, I am expecting the interactive sessions today. I request all of you to come in the chat box every time. So let me start with a small incident. There once a sculpture, and he was making a statue. The height of the statue was 80 feet. And one day a woman visited the workshops, and she found there was 2 identical statues. And she asked the sculptor, "Do you require 2 identical statues?" And he replied, "No, I need only one idol. But while making the first idol, I found the small damage in the first one, and that is why I'm doing the second one." And she was surprisingly watching the first idol, and she couldn't find any of that mistake, any of the damage in the first statue. And she asked again, where exactly the damage? And he told that there was a small scratch at the left side, below the left side of the first statue. And after that only she could find the small scratch. And she asked again where exactly it is going to be placed. And he told it is going to be placed nearby the temple. And there will be a platform of 15 feet height, and above which this 85 feet height, the statue is going to be placed. So approximately the eye will be placed around 90 feet from the ground. Then with surprisingly, she asked the sculpture, actually the damage is going to be placed above 90 feet from the ground, and who is going to be noticed that? And he replied, I am going to be noticed. I will notice this. Like me, many of the sculpture will notice this. And that is the reason I am making the second statue. My dear friends, it is actually a good reminder for what excellence is all about. It comes from inside, not outside. And it is actually an attitude, one which we would all do well to inculcate in ourselves. In our life also, we are making a lot of mistakes, a lot of damages, thinking that nobody will notice it. In recent time also, it happens in our college. During that NAC visit, some of the faculty members, they did some damage in the file words, thinking that nobody will notice that. So I think this will happen at your life also. Most of that faculty, I know most of that faculty, you people are doing some small errors or mistakes or damages in the file words and thinking that nobody will notice it. But if you are committed, definitely you will not do this. Commit to doing your best at all time. Don't compromise for anything. Whatever you do, give your 100%, aim to be the best. Okay? Leadership lesson from the tea bag. You all must be knowing about the tea bag. This tea bag, in every restaurant, you can see this tea bag. I'm going to tell you 9 different stories based on these tea bags. This tea bags was invented with accident only. You all must be knowing the Robert Sulaiman. He was the inventor of this tea bag. There once, he put a sample of the tea into the bag and sent it to all their friends. One of his friends, he did not open the tea from the bag and put it in the hot water. And he found that the tea was very tasty. So immediately he informed that Robert Suleiman. He was actually a very famous merchant from New York, and he told that the tea was very tasty, and this is how the tea bag was invented. And actually, what count is what's inside the tea bag. You must have seen some tea bags will have a very fancy labels and attractive covers, while others have ordinary one. But the quality of beverage is determined by the tea inside the cover, not bag or label. Do you agree with me? Yes or no? You all can come into the chat box and reply. At least 1 or 2 reply I require. You must have seen the fancy labels in the tea bags and attractive cover. But even the shop owners also, the tea makers also, they never mind the tea cover as well as the string which is attached in it. But what really matters is the tea which is inside the bag. Am I right or wrong? Similarly, we all faculty may have a very good qualifications. You may join the college or institutions with a very high quality degrees, but it doesn't matter. But what really matters, everybody will expect your quality of teaching only, or your quality of your attitude only. Am I right? Yes or no? Yes. Okay. The second point is the real flavor comes through only when the tea bags gets into the hot water. See, if you have a lukewarm water and when you put the tea bag into the lukewarm water, will you get any tasty? Of course not. You will get a real flavor, real tasty, only when you put the tea bag into the hot water, isn't it? So similarly, the leaders, uh, the leaders' efficacy will come only when they behave under pressure. And I found some leaders, we never face any adversities. For example, the smooth sea will not produce a very good captain in this ship. See, imagine there is a ship which start from Cochin to Visakhapatnam, and there are about 1,000 passengers inside in the ship. And during the travel, the sea is very smooth, and there is no wind, there is no rain, and the sea is smoothly travel. And at the end of the day, it is reaching the destination, that is Cochin. Now, the next day, the same ship, but a different captain. Now, it starts from Cochin to Visakhapatnam. And during this travel, the sea is very tough, very rough. There is a rain. The wind is also heavy. But they reach the destinations. Now, tell me, who is the best captain? Of course, the second one is the best captain, isn't it? So, the real flavor comes through only when the tea bag gets into the hot water. The leaders like the hot water. The hot water is nothing but a problem. The third lesson is the tea bag must be porous. Imagine there is a tea bag, doesn't have any holes. What will happen? It will not mingle with the hot water. Similarly, you are a leader, you are sitting in a place and you are not allowing anybody to mingle with you, and you are also not going to any places, you are not visiting any classrooms, you are not visiting any other places, then how can you interact with others? You cannot interact with others. In our lives also, we can't survive alone. We can't survive alone. Leaders should reach everyone. Else all insight will be wasted. The next lesson is the tea bags works never mind where they are in the cup. See, sometimes the tea bag will be at the top of the cup. And sometimes the tea bag will be at the middle of the cup. And sometimes the tea bag will be at the bottom of the cups. Wherever it is, the taste is same. All right. It will mingle with the hot water. The taste remains same. So similarly, the leaders also everywhere, anywhere, but the efficacy remains same. The next lesson is sometimes one tea bag is not enough. Say, imagine you are joined the organizations. The organization is very small, maybe like 300 people are working in this organizations. After some years, maybe like 10 to 15 years, these organizations become 2000 people. Now, do you think this single person is sufficient to manage everybody? Of course not. Good leaders get branded as failures not because they weren't good enough, but because the challenges were too big for one man. So, what I would like to say is asking for help is not sign of weaknesses. When the organization is big, definitely you can expect somebody else, you can get someone else from that management to manage everybody. And the next lesson from the tea bag is sometimes you need to add sugar and milk. No leaders in the world coming with all skill sets. So nothing wrong in getting the help from other leaders who have some extraordinary skill sets. The next lesson from the tea bag is someone else hold the string always. No matter how powerful the leader becomes, he must remember there is a string tied to him that is in the hands of some other stakeholders. The stakeholders, as far as the teachers are concerned, the customers like students or the board members. Actually, even though we are very expert in the classrooms, we are always teaching only the syllabuses or curriculum which is designed by that university. This is something called the string. These strings are attached with somebody, that is the stakeholders. It's all about how good the tea is, not the tea bag. Nobody ever drank a cup of tea and said, wow, that was a great tea bag. So similarly, even though we are doing very good, nobody will recognize us. We should not expect that somebody should recognize us. Leaders get remembered not for how good they themselves were, but for how good their teams and institutions that they build were. This is the beauty of the leaderships. Eventually, tea bags need to make way and get out. Some leaders believe that if they were to leave the organizations wouldn't survive. I have seen number of people in my life also, in my experiences also. They always believe that they are the boss of these institutions, and if they go out of the institutions will not survive. But that is wrong. They get so attracted their role and their organization that they don't want to leave. Remember the tea bag. Getting out is normal and that is necessary. And then life lessons from the giraffe. So you all must be knowing about the birth of the giraffe. Do you know the height of the giraffe? Anybody can say? Anybody can come into the chat box. What is the height of the giraffe? Height of the giraffe? Approximate height? Can anybody come into the chat box and say that approximate height of the giraffe? Okay, all right. Okay, all right. So just imagine a giraffe. The mother giraffe is giving a birth to a baby. And this baby should fall from a height of about 8 feet. So just imagine a baby which fall from the height of 8 feet. What will happen if a baby which fall from the height of 8 feet? What will happen to the baby which fall from the height of 8 feet? Anybody? He will die. Any other answer? Will it die? No, of course not. Will get injured? No, no, no. It will die. No, 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 no. Actually, nothing will happen to the baby. This baby will be lying down for about 2 minutes, then the mother will lower its neck and give a small kick to the baby. And the incredible thing will happen after 2 minutes. What the mother will do is, um, uh, it give a small push to the baby. Then the baby tried to stand it by its own leg, but it couldn't. But after 2 minutes, once again the mother will give a small kick. Then this time also the baby will try to stand by its own leg, but it can't because it is so tired. Then once again, the third attempt, the third kick will come from the mother's sides. But now the baby will again try to stand by its own leg. And around the 5th minute, the baby will stand and start walking along with the mother. What is the lessons from this story? Can anybody say? What will happen in case if the mother is not frequently kicking the baby? Why does the mother giraffe do this? It knows that lion and leopard love giraffe meat. So unless the baby giraffe quickly learns to stand and run with the pack, it has no chance of survival. Am I right or wrong? Yes. It also knows that the lessons we learn early on become part of our habit, our instinct, and stand us to a good stand all through our lives. All right. So no one teaches us to stand up every time we fall. When we fall, when we are down, we just give up. All right. So if you study the lives of successful people, you will see a recurring pattern. Were they always successful in all they did? No, not at all. Did success come to them quick and easy? No, again. So you will find that the common streak running through their lives in their ability to stand up every time they fall. The ability that the baby giraffe acquired. So one of the lessons from this mother giraffe is, as leader, we should also behave like a mother giraffe whenever a newcomers, whenever a new faculty or new staff members coming to our college and joining. We should always behave like a mother giraffe only. See, we should not give any comfort zone to the baby. If we give a comfort zone, the baby is ready to lie down for about even 20 minutes. In case if the mother is not kicking that baby, the baby will lie down there for about even 20 minutes also. Similarly, if you are a leader and if you are working in the college and if you give some comfort zone to your faculty members, the faculty will enjoy the comfort zone and definitely they will not work. Okay. So you should be very hard like a mother giraffe, then only the faculty will be enjoying the circumstances in the college. Okay. That is the best leadership lesson that we can learn from the mother giraffe. Then, advice from the driver's seats. You all must be knowing about the Karnan. Karnan is one of the very famous driver. He is the driver of Anil Ambani. Can anybody say the salary of this Anil Ambani's drivers? He can drive the BMW. He can drive the Maruti car. He can drive the Lamborghini. He can drive that even Tempo also. Can anybody exactly say the salary of the Karnan?
1 lakh.
No.
1 lakh a month.
No. He is getting 1.75 lakhs per month. And he is giving 5 important lessons. This is very important to all the faculty like us. The first important lesson is getting a driving license does not make you a driver. Actually, he was 18 when he he received that license. He was 18, just 18. And But it was only after several months of driving a car that he actually learned to drive and became the real driver. The lesson here is that a license is only a permit card and not a certificate of authority. And in our life also, we are completing the degree. We are completing the BA, PhD, etc. It is like a license only. But we can call ourselves as the best teacher with experiences only. Am I right or wrong? Yes or no? Can you come into the chat box? The degree is like an entry card alone. It is like a license only. But we call ourselves as a best teacher with experiences only. Am I right or wrong? Yes. Say for example, the MBBS doctors. Can they call them as a very best surgeons without the experiences? Without experiences? They are coming with the MBBS doctors. They know how to operate the heart. They know how to go for surgery. But can they call them as the best surgeons? Of course not. With experience only, they can call themselves as the best doctors. Am I right or wrong? Yes? Yes. Very good. Then in the cricket also we have seen there is a coaching center for the cricket coaches. There is a centers available across India. They can teach, they can bring the coaches. But who is the current coaching, the cricket coach? Gautam Gambhir. Gautam Gambhir. He did not go for any training centers. He is actually a player. By experience only, he has got the coaching opportunity. Who was the previous coacher? Rahul Dravid. Rahul Dravid, did he go any coaching center? No, not at all. He was actually a player. By experience only, he got the chance. So, my dear friends, getting the driving license does not make you a driver. So, in our life also, experience is very, very important. Then comes the real world is different from the classroom. See, what Karnan says is, at the driving school, he had learned how to drive the car. But his first job required him to drive a little tempo. Actually, he joined that Ambani's house and they gave a little tempo only. The steering wheel was different, the clutch was different, and the wheel was different, the gear was different, everything was different. But what he learned in the driving center was a Maruti car. Similarly, in the classroom also, we teach the basics, but the students, when they go outside, are they going to work in the same area where we are teaching inside the classrooms? Of course not. So, we as well as the students need to adapt as well as learn themselves. The third thing is get your hands dirty. That is actually the third important lessons from the Karna. He spends night working as a cleaner. That's when he learned all about the insides of the automobiles. Knowing what's under the bonnet has made him as a better car driver today. And that is how he got the job opportunity in Anil Sambani's house also. Similarly, we should not hesitate to work anywhere. And I found some of the HODs as well as the faculty, they always hesitate to do some small works. So this is one of the greatest lesson to all the faculty. And if you get your hands dirty, definitely your prestige will improve and you will be promoted, you will be notified to the higher officials. Initially, what you learn is more important than what you earn. See, most of the faculty, most of the staff members I have seen, they always come to the college for the salary only. But my point of view is the learning is very important than the salary. And the last one is don't worry about the car you drive, focus on the good driver. See, actually, the main difference between the schools and colleges, in the schools, the teachers are teaching and the main focus of all the students are only the scoring the mark only. Whereas when they come to that college, we teach the subjects, and we ask the students to improve their skill set also. For improving the skill set, we are organizing so many events, and we are we are motivating the students to go to a different places to attend the different competitions. All right. So when you focus on your driving that car, definitely you can get a very good name from that college. See, in the era of instant noodles and T20 cricket, we are all hungry for the quick results. Previously, in the internet, the 1G was popular. Then after that, 2G came, 3G came, 4G, 5G, and in future, the 6G is also comes. We are always expecting the speed, speed, speed. When that is not forthcoming, we get bored. We give up and change the track also. We can't stop working because your promotions were stopped this year. We can't stop applying the R&D funding project just because you didn't get any project this year. So for true success, we need to develop the perseverance. In the Bible, there is a parable about sower and his seeds. As the farmer scatters the seeds at the first, some birds come and get them. What does the farmer do? What does the farmer do? As the farmer scatters the seeds at first, some birds come and get them. What does the farmers do? Are they chasing the birds? Of course not. What they will do? Sowing the seeds only. So similarly, if someone take advantage of our work, don't worry about the bird chaser. If someone is taking the advantage of our work, don't worry about it. Then some seeds fall on the rocky land. Say you are taking the class, and some student, they will be like a rocky only. So don't worry about it. You continue your work. Then some seeds, it find themselves trapped between the weeds. He just continued to sow. What the farmer do? Farmers never stop. Finally, some fall on the fertile land, and the farmer is rewarded with an excellent crop. So the teaching life is also similar to this farmer only. So don't worry about anything. You continue teach the class. You continue work in the college. Don't worry about anything. Evil monster and the little boy. Do you hate your job? Is there any subjects which you hate? Is there any class? Students who hate taking the class? Is there some who is being rude at you? Then in that case, this small story is very suitable to you. There lived a monster in a village. Several men, they tried to fight with the monster. And one day, an youngster, he attacked with a sword, but he couldn't. The um, monster also attacked and killed the youngster. And after some time, the villagers tried to set the fire on the monster, but nothing has happened. Then a little boy emerged, and he told the villagers that he can banish the monster. And now the villagers were frightened, but they were waited that what will happen. The boy, he came with a small apple and offered the apple to the monster. And the monster in reply gave 2 apples to the small boy. And after some time, the small boy, gave a water to the monster, and in reply, the monster gave a juice to the little boy. And the villagers were surprised to see everything. So, my dear faculty members, if you do similar to this little boy to our teaching community, definitely our teaching will also be successful. The monster is still around in the colleges, in the offices, and in our lives also. Most of our problem appears as they do because the way we look at them. If you look like villagers, definitely same output. If you look the others like a little boy, you will get a very good reply from them. If it is to be, it is up to me. One day, all the faculty members, they were about to sign the college. They came at the college at 9 o'clock and they were about to sign in the registers. And in front of the registers, they have seen the notice board. In the notice board, it was mentioned a person who was responsible for inhibiting your growth died yesterday, and his body was kept in the cafeteria, inside the cabin, inside the coffee. And if anybody would like to see him, you can see at 2 o'clock inside the cafeteria. And everybody were surprised to see this notice board because the person who are inhibiting limited our growth has been died. So everybody wanted to know who exactly the person was. So everybody lined up in front of the cafeteria at around 2:30. And one by one, they were trying to open this coffin. And inside the coffin, they found there was a mirror. And below the mirror, it was a placard that read, there is only one person who can set limit to your growth, and that is you. My dear friends, in our college, we often blame our bosses, our employees, and the industry. Yes or no? Yes or no? In the office, if something wrong happened to us, we blame others only. We blame the bosses. We blame the colleagues. We blame the employers. We blame the industry people. Yes or no? Yes? No? Okay. So sometimes some people are blaming others. But remember one thing. The winds are same for the sailboat which is wandering into the sea. Imagine there is a seaboat which is wandering into the sea. Inside the sea, the winds are the same. The water currents too are the same for all the boats. Yet they reach a different destinations because where the boat will reach is determined not by the direction of the wind, but by the set of sails it possesses. So, dear friends, for things to change in our life, you don't need to change your job, your company, or your town. You only need to change yourself. You please start now. It is in the hands of you. So don't blame others if anything happens in favor of you. And you all must be knowing that Ricky Ponting and his odds of finding the haps. Ricky Ponting is one of the very famous cricket players. He is an Australian cricket player. So every batsman, when they come to the cricket ground, they always noticing that fielders in and around the grounds. They always survey their fields. They always survey the fields before taking the strike. And usually the fielders will get imprinted on their minds. But when they asked the Ricky Ponting, he says his mind will also survey the fielders, but he always say they never see the fielders. Instead, they always see the gap between the fielders. He says the fielders are like an obstacle The gaps between the players are called the opportunities. So in our life also, there will be an obstacle, but we should always see the opportunity, that is gap between the players. So in the college life also, I would like to share one of the case studies, and this is how I seen that opportunity in that college. A girl was studying in the TMSS scholarship, and scholarship, he did not pay any of the fees in our college. Her fees is actually 57,000, and she has to pay another 5,000, 17,000 to the college as a mess bill. He is staying in the hostel. She got admitted in the college with a promise of paying 15,000 extra. But she was very poor. She was very poor. And she finally told us that we cannot pay the fees, the extra fees of 15,000 rupees. Actually, the government is giving the amount of the PMSS scholarship. The scholarship is 57,000. She is not supposed to pay the 15,000. So I told that management told, okay, if she is not paying, she cannot continue that college. Then I came back to the students. I told, I'll give you the job. I'll give you the job because we have got two startup inside the campus. I promised her I'll give you the job inside the startups, and she has agreed. Now she is working in the college. She is working in the startup, and she is getting the amount of 15,000 per month, and she is studying while working. So this is a gap I found in the college recently. So in your college also, you can find lots of gaps and the obstacles also. My dear friends, you please find always the gaps, and you can find a lot of opportunities inside the campus. Stay focusing on the opportunities, not the failures. Missing goats. See, sometimes we are wasting most of our times in that college. Let me give you an example. There once some of the boys in that village, some boys in that village, they gathered 3 goats, and they led the 3 goats into the nearby schools. And before that, they have numbered the goat as 1, 2, and 4. They are numbered as 1, 2, and 4. And they have locked the gate behind them. And this all happened at the midnight. And next day morning, the school authorities arrived, and they found some goats inside the campus. So the principal of the campus, he alerted the watchman as well as the other authorities to go and search for the goats. And all the people in that campuses, they were searching for the goats, and they found 3 goats. They brought all 3 goats in front of the principal's room, and they found the goat number 1 was there, goat number 2 and 4 was there. And they understood that there was one more goat called number 3, and that was missing. So that principal alerted everyone again and to go and search for the missing goats. Now again, all the faculty members, they also have gone for searching for the missing goat, that is goat number 3. And searching continued for about 1-2 hours, but they couldn't find any of the goats because there were no such goats. So this has happened in our life also. We have many things, but we are worrying about something which is not available in the universe. So let me give you one more example. Dhoni, the then Indian captain of Indian cricket team, during the year 2011, he won the World Cup. He won the World Cup T20 as well as the one-day cricket also. During that time, our batting lineup was very good as well as the bowling was also good. But we were very weak in the fielding lineup. Fielding was very weak. So he concentrated more on the batting as well as the bowling. He did not focus on the fielding because we were very weak. But we won the match, both one day as well as the T20 in the year 2011. So my dear friends, if you concentrate on what we have, definitely our life will be good. You can give a very good leadership in the college level. So in our college also, there were 2 incidents happened recently. And the first incident was there were no buses from the Kanyakumari to our college. It is around 17 kilometers. There were no bus. So actually the next day the exam is going to be happen. So what we did was we have converted one more buses. That is, we have arranged the buses from Nagarkoil to Kanyakumari and from Kanyakumari to colleges. That was existing. We did not worry about the things, the buses which are not available. Tale of two seas. You all must be knowing there is a sea called Dead Sea. It is available in Israel. There is one more sea called the River Galilee. The Dead Sea is very impure and nobody can drink any water from the Dead Sea. Whereas the River Galilee is very pure. We can even drink the water from River Galilee also. But the distance between the Dead Sea as well as the Galilee is just 1 kilometers. And both the river, both the lake, Dead Sea as well as the Galilee are receiving the inputs, receiving the water from River Jordan only. River Jordan is supplying that water to Dead Sea as well as the River Galilee. But see, the Dead Sea water is very impure and the Galilee water is very pure. We can even drink the water. Can anybody say why this difference? Can anybody say why the difference? Actually, there is a lake called Dead Sea and the River Galilee. Both are 1 kilometers apart. Both the Dead Sea as well as the Galilee are receiving the inputs, that is receiving the waters from River Jordan only. The Dead Sea water is very impure and the Galilee water is very pure and even we can drink the water. But the point is, even though both the lakes are receiving that water from that same Jordan, why the Dead Sea is impure and Galilee is pure? Can anybody say? Can you come to the chat box and say? Yes, very good, very good. No. It is created by nature. No. Not maintained well. No. No salt. No. No life in Dead Sea. Yes, no life in Dead Sea. Correct only. It flows. It flows is the correct answer. Destiny is more in Dead Sea. No. Density is more in Dead Sea. Nature of place. Due to rock filters. No. Everything floats on Dead Sea. No. Salt content in Dead Sea. Yeah, of course, salt content is more. Why the salt content is more in Dead Sea? Every day, millions and gallons of water are getting evaporated, and the salt is remain in the Dead Sea, and that is why impure. Your answer is correct. Your answer is correct only. Every day, millions and gallons of water is getting evaporated, and the salt is remain floated in the Dead Sea. Your answer is correct. The reason is like in the Dead Sea, there is no outlet. Only inlet is there, but there is no outlet. But in Galilee, in the Galilee Sea, there is an inlet and the outlet. That is the reason the water is pure. This is the reason. Even though both the rivers, Dead Sea as well as the Galilee, are receiving the input, receiving the water from the River Jordan, there is no outlet in the Dead Sea. Every day, millions and gallons of water are getting evaporated and leaving the salty content inside the Dead Sea, and that is why the water is impure. And whereas the Galilee water is pure. So in our life also, in the teaching community, we are getting the input from lot of sources. Lot of sources every day. We are getting the input from AI. We are getting the input. We are reading the books. Different ideas are getting, and we are getting a lot of information from somewhere. But if you don't properly deliver to the teaching, to the students community, then you will also be impure. This is a teaching ethics. This is a teaching ethics. All right. So you are receiving a lot of information from different sources. So all the different sources information should be delivered properly the student's life. That is the pure ethics that you should do. That you should do. Then only you will be pure. That is the ethics of this leadership. That is the ethics of this teaching community. Next comes the two-footed footballers. See, there once some of the researchers from the European countries, they have taken the survey. The survey is all about the two-footed football. Are 19% higher than the rest. Hope you understand that what I'm talking about. Very few players are good in both the legs. Their striking power is equal in both the legs. All right. Their remunerations are 19% higher than the rest of the people. This is what they found in the survey. Very few people are there. Only 15% players are available in the Europe. All right. The same thing is true in the cricket also. Very few people are very good in the batting lineup, and very few players are very good in the bowling attack, and very few people are uh, 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 good in all-rounders. So the remunerations for the all-rounders are always high. Say, for example, the Jadeja, he is an all-rounder. He is good in batting, bowling, as well as the fielding. And the remunerations for the all-rounder is always high. Similarly, in our life also, in teaching community also, if you are an all-rounder, then you will get more recognition from the management. What do you mean by the all-rounder in the teaching community? Can anybody say in the chat box? What do you mean by the all-rounder in the teaching community? In the football, most of the players are good in the right leg and few players are good in the left leg. And in the cricket also, very few players are all-rounder and the all-rounders getting a maximum remunerations. But in teaching community also, the all-rounders are there. What do you mean by all-rounder in teaching community? Multi-talent means what are all that? Multi-talent. Teaching, extracurricular activities, very good, very good. Research oriented, very good. Academic, research oriented, very good. Then what else? What else? Non-academic, very good. What else? No, very great. Outcome-based educations, preparing the student's life, expertise in all, good teaching, understanding students' difficulty, their good knowledge of technology, teaching learning method. Wow, excellent, excellent answer by everyone. Preparing the students for real time. Very good, very good. These are all very important for the students community, teaching community. Actually, we have to develop it. Yes, yes, yes. Great in teaching, able to understanding, very good, understanding the students' life, coordinations with the teachers and the students, well, leadership initiative, innovative technology, yes, yes, motivating the students, yeah, very good. Almost everybody have given the answers, all are correct only. See, yeah, holistic developments, all are correct only. Very good, fantastic. And this is what we are expecting, students, my dear faculty members. This is very, very important. We should be like an all-rounder. This is a very good ethic that we are all expecting in the teaching community. So we all have joined the college just for teaching the subjects, but this is like a right leg players, right leg players. Okay, so if you are behaving like an all-rounder, you will be recognized in that management. All right. So not only in terms of management, but in all aspects, the management will always respect you and recognize you. This is very, very important, my dear friends. The secret of Sachin Tendulkar. Can anybody say the secret of Sachin Tendulkar? Can anybody say the secret of Sachin Tendulkar? What is the special in Sachin Tendulkar? He is a very great batsman. He is the god of the batsman, god of the cricket. Consistency, yes, yes. Perseverance, rest. Very important point. Practice, yeah, that's great. Practicing. Who is that? Mr. Arun Prasad. Arun Prasad, practicing. Practicing is the correct answer. Yeah. Commitment and focus, passion, down to earth, consistency. Yes, everything is correct only. Everything is correct. Yes, yes, yes. That's the correct answer. But one more important point is he will never finish the next sessions till he has made sure he has done everything that he feels is required to get ready for the next match. See, the practice session is very important. Even though perseverance, hard work, dedication, honesty, passion, and patience, perseverance, and everything, consistency, everything is there to Sachin Tendulkar. We can celebrate him, but above all, he always spent maximum hours in the practice session. That is a special in Sachin Tendulkar. All right. So similarly, we should also devote some time for practice sessions. This is a very good ethic that we all are expecting. We, the leaders, are expecting from the faculty community. Before you get into any classes, before you go to the classes, same like Sachin Tendulkar, he always practiced the net sessions. You please practice and go. You have taken a particular subject for 15 to 20 times, no issue. But before you get into the class, please practice and go. All right. This is one of the very famous, the important secret of Sachin Tendulkar. So you follow Sachin Tendulkar, definitely your life will also be successful. Put the glass down. One day, a chemistry professor decided to teach his students an unusual lessons holding a glass of water in his hand. He asked the students, how much do you think the glass of water weighs? What will happen if I hold it this for a minute, for an hour? Hand will be hurt. Professor said the weight of the glass didn't change. What then caused the pain? So I hope you understand that what I'm talking about. You are keeping a glass, very small glass full of water. And if I'm keeping this glass for about an hour, what will happen to my hand? This is actually a known story only. Suppose if you are keeping a glass full of water and keeping it for 1 hour, what will happen? Definitely a small pain in your hand, right? If the same glass full of water, if I keep it for one full day, what will happen? The same glass full of water, if I keep it for 1.5 hours, okay? Sorry, one full day, what will happen? Hand became stiff. Yes, 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 yes. Pain more. Yes. It caused severe pain. Yes, yes. Extremely painful. Yeah, yes, yes. Unbelievable, unbearable pain. That's all are true. Actually, we the leaders, we the faculty members, see, you will face some kind of problems in the colleges. Problems and worries are like a glass full of water. And uh, what you have to do is you keep the glass into the table. Okay. And definitely, if you keep that glass in your mind, you will be hurted. So what I'm trying to say is this problem may occur even at your home also. This is very important point. The problem may occur at your home. And if you are keeping this problem to the college, and definitely the student's life will be affected. Keep the problems at the home itself and come to the college without any problems. Okay, think about that. And finally, what you should do to become a good leader? What you should do to become a good leader? Imagine there are 3 monkeys sitting on the tree bench, stretching out over a pond. One of the monkeys decide to jump into the ponds. Can anybody say how many monkeys are left on the trees? There are 3 monkeys sitting on the tree branch, stretching out over the pond. One of the monkeys decide to jump into the pond. How many more monkeys are left on the trees? Zero monkeys, huh? 3 monkeys are sitting on the tree branch. 3 monkeys are there. Yes, yes, yes. Correct answer. Correct answer. 3 monkeys. Because why? Why 3? Why 3 monkeys, sir? Your answer is correct only. 3 monkeys are there. Yes, 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 yes. Because they only decided and they did not act. So, my dear friend, this is what I would like to say. You try to take the first step, which is often the master key to the success. Which is often master key to the success. I have told you many points today. You try to implement everything in your life. Break up the grand plan into smaller thoughts. Visualize your success. Think of the pleasure, not the pain. Create a support group. Surround yourself with people who share your objective and are co-passengers on your journey to success. This is what I would like to say. And my sincere thanks to the organizers of this event, Globe Ethics. Thank you very much. I think I have finished very early, isn't it, ma'am?
Yes, we will take some questions, sir. Sir, you can close your screen.
Oh, okay, ma'am.
Okay, and thank you, sir. Wonderful presentation, highly interactive. And I remember when I was a college student and also when I was part of a training, education, the curriculum used to have exposure trip and learning in the laboratory by doing field trip, then live and experience program, then a lot of case study. And your 1 hour session had all of that. So it's really very brilliant. And I think the audience, they are really having and had a good time of learning with you. Even now, you can actually see a lot of appreciation messages coming. And you really had the patience to prepare. It's not easy to, bring case studies. And then I think you have really collected wisely, appealing to this audience. And thank you so much for that. And for your information, today, I think even now I can see 500 plus participants. And many
Oh.
countries attended today also. I could see participants from Punjab, that's the northwest. I could see from Assam, that's the northeast. I could see from Jammu and Kashmir, the extreme north of India. I could also see so many from Kanyakumari. So the southern
Okay.
tip of India. And then in between, we are having participants from all the states. And also some of the participants, they are connected from outside. And then I could see Tanzania, Philippines, Congo, Ghana, Afghanistan, Zambia, Bangladesh, and Nigeria. If I have left any country, you can put it in the chat box so that, I recognize your presence also. And like a confluence, I think kind of half of the world is here attending your program. And then your message that is said through this online platform, it has not only reached all the states of India, but it has traveled outside the country. So we thank you so much for your wonderful presentation today. And there are 3 questions in the chat box, and
Yes.
then I'll just read it for you.
Yes,
The
ma'am.
first question, if someone uses AI for an outline of a course content, AI provides the outline. Is it an ethical or unethical way of using AI?
Ma'am, as far as today's technology world is concerned, using the AI is very, very important, ma'am. As technology develop, making use of AI is uh, required only. As it is my point of view, we have to make use of the latest technology. It is ethical.
Thank you, sir. And I could see from Bhutan also there is a participant. And the next question, how to make students to realize the importance of time.
Actually, nowadays the students are very different. By experiences only, we can make them realize the importance of the times.
Okay. And thank you, sir. The next question: in some organization, highly skilled individuals are sometimes ostracized, possibly due to colleagues perceiving them as a job threat. This can manifest as deliberately assigning inferior tasks to demoralize them. How should one navigate developing rejection sensitivity in such a situation? It's, I think, politics in the workplace.
Can you repeat the question, ma'am?
I think some people who are extremely skilled in an office or an
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
organization,
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes,
and
yes, yes.
normally they become if
Again,
someone is doing very well, in fact, they become the
due to
threat.
politics, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
The
Ma'am,
other
actually,
people's inability, in fact, like
yes,
if
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, politics are there in every
they get
places.
jealous.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And they become the target of, like the
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
organization, sidelining,
Yes, ma'am.
cornering them like that.
Yeah, definitely it is there, ma'am. Actually, ma'am,
So,
yeah, the people from other organizations also watching you, and if you are expert in a particular area, definitely they will be absorbing, and you can try to go at different places and you can show your experiences and expertise to other organizations. So
Mm.
don't try to stick on to the same the organization or institution. This is my opinion, ma'am. This is what has happened in my life also. When I was working in the Sri Krishna College, and I was doing a lot of works and in terms of research in other areas, but they did not recognize me, and that is why I came back to this college again. So if you are very good in a particular area, and if the management is not recognizing your expertise, you try to go away from that place. So in my bottom of my heart and experiences, I am sharing this message to all of you.
yeah, sir. And to add to that, I think if someone is skilled, that means obviously the other people are not skilled, right? So
Yes,
they
yes,
have to focus on developing their skills. Then it becomes equalized. And
yes,
without developing themselves, if they get jealous of a person who's highly skilled, which is actually not fair. And the management should be aware of that and then arrange some training program so that, like everyone get a chance to. And also each person's skill is different. In an organization, several set of skills needed, not one
yes,
particular.
yes,
So
ma'am.
each individual will have some strength and skill to add to the organization. Otherwise, they'll not get selected to be working in that organization. So that understanding should be there. Like
Yes,
the
ma'am.
5 fingers in our hands, each finger is different, but without one, the rest of the thing, I think, kind of like we are not able to support. If there is little pain in the thumb, even squeezing the dress after washing becomes very difficult. So we have to actually have unity in diversity. That is the beauty of working in an organization, where like, for example, India, like we have many ethnicity here, and then we cannot say this is right, that is wrong, this is right, that is wrong, like that.
Yes, ma'am. True, true. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Each one is unique. Each one will have a role to play in an organization. So
Yes,
that
ma'am.
should be there, but yet the fact cannot be denied. There are politics, and then people are affected, and that some people are even leaving. It's happening. Some wisdom is needed to really sort that one. Thank you, sir. The next question. Students these days depend too much on ready material, no reference, which has led to lack of skills. How to address this problem?
No, I don't know what to say about it. It's happening everywhere, and the students are always finding the shortcuts only. And I don't know how to address this issue, ma'am.
Okay. And yes, there is a change.
Yeah, if you have anything to say, you can say, ma'am, on behalf of me.
Ready-made, it's like the fast food, right?
Yeah, students are always expecting the ready-made food only.
Yeah,
They're
and I
always
would say
expecting the
that
shortcuts.
if someone is, like going for that ready-made stuff, that means real development is not happening within the students. So the teachers, or they should be sent to the counselors, and the teacher has to ensure that the child is, like learning properly. And it is like the fast food, which is of no use. There is no health in fact, it is harmful. So same way, such methods are harmful to their career mainly. So you see, like when I was also a lecturer here in Bangalore, and then I was a class teacher also. So the students I think that particular institution had some liberal way of marking. So a child who was supposed to get 80%, the other child is supposed to get 50%. The 50% child, because the liberal way of marking, became 75, and the 80 is still 80. So the child who was at the 80% level got into trauma, went to the counselors, not able to digest. He's sitting next to me, he doesn't even study. How come he has got? But when it is coming to placement, they don't pass. Even though marking is liberal and their grades are good, it's only the outstanding students who perform well, who learn well, they are able to, get into that campus placement. And also some managed to get a campus placement, but after that they suffered because they were not able to perform well in their organization in the expected way, because they actually, got mark out of liberal marking, not out of their hard work. So hard work always pays, and there are times they will be caught. So that is what I mentioned. But I think it is teachers' duty, because 3 years or 4 years when they are doing the degree, they are in your hands, and then it's your responsibility to tell them. You can't do for them, but you have to tell them that, advise them. And also, what mechanism are we applying in the institution, so that, if we encourage, then definitely everyone will go for ready-made stuff. But we have to insist that, no, this is the way you have to develop yourself. This is the system followed in the institution, and they have to fall in the track. Otherwise, the real growth, real development, real molding is not happening to the students. That's what I feel.
Yes, ma'am. Now, one of that comments from that participants also have mentioned the same thing that what you have told.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Same thing only. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir. Then there is one more for research. Mental comfort is important for innovative ideas. How this can be managed in the present high pressure work environment? I think here the workload and work pressure for
How to balance it.
Yeah, for the professors, it's very high, because I'm in touch with quite a lot of professors, and then I see even 12 in the midnight, they are online doing the work. And that is when then I drop a message, can I talk to you? Because when we have some joint event, then that is the time they are available to discuss with me. And so that is the present plight of many professors here in India. And late at night, they are working. And again, in the morning, they have to sign before now the biometric. 1 second late is also late. So 3 days, 1 second you are late, then one of your CL is cut. So that is how it is. So there is pressure. And when CL is not available, then your salary will be cut. It happened with me also. Okay, so that is the pressure. And then research, you have to really wholeheartedly concentrate. So as a principal, probably you would have also heard a lot of stories from your own team members. So what is your advice? How they can balance?
Ma'am, actually, if you are committed, no, working late night is not at all an issue, ma'am.
Okay.
And yeah, in my life also, I have come across different people, and they are working late night also. And they are very much committed, and they are getting the remunerations out of this R&D works. And they never hesitate to work even at midnight also. Yeah, if you are committed, then the work pressures will not be an issue. If you are committed.
Yeah, true, sir.
Commitment is very, very important, ma'am. That is why I've started with my the lecture also, like I've told about the sculpture.
Okay, thank you, sir. And the next question, how we can effectively use artificial intelligence teaching method to non-IT background like batch BA, MA, BCom, etc.
Using the AI for the
non-IT, like Bachelor of Arts, humanities subjects, arts and humanities subjects, and commerce.
okay.
How AI can, yeah. I think AI is everywhere, and then we can't say AI is not there. Excel sheet, everything. I think I can see in Facebook also. A lot of people are already advertising 199 rupees, and then increase the speed and learn to use AI when you work on Excel sheet like that. I think AI is everywhere. There is no area in the world you can say that AI is not there. AI is everywhere. Only thing you have to learn and ethically use it. It is available for every subject. It is available for every department.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And next one, can a professor be truly neutral in class, especially discussing controversial topics? I don't understand this question. Can a professor be truly neutral in class, especially discussing controversial topics?
Why not? It is possible.
It is possible.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
How to deal with the workplace nepotism?
Nepotism means?
It is supporting the relatives or familiar people.
In the
Nepotism,
workplace.
yeah, I think it is joining hands with the wrong people. It's, I think you already answered in the workplace. It is like you join hands with another. I think let's not deal with that here, and then hopefully they'll have some solution for that. The last question, there are so many innovative educational systems are introduced, but students' learning capabilities are very less. Why? What is the reason, sir?
See, nowadays, that is what I'm saying, ma'am. The students are always expecting the shortcuts, and most of the students are not ready to work like before. And that is the reason, I don't know what this will go and where this. Uh, I'm not very particular about the students community nowadays, ma'am. They are very lenient and they are not ready to work like before. Yeah, as you have mentioned, Jen, is that the students' behavior are like this only.
Yes, I also feel, sir, like recently I attended a conference about higher education 4.0, 4.0. And then we also had higher education for 3.0, then higher education 2.0, then higher education 1.0. Higher education 1.0, it was a pre-digital period. And then we had the storage data, in one campus, there will be one server, every data will be stored. Then higher education 3 is actually cloud storage. And now it is a higher education 4 is artificial integration of artificial intelligence. But even before higher education 1.0, we had in India different education system, Gurukula system, and then in different forms, we had education. And when it was 1.0, those time the students adopted to that speed. And it was when it was 2.0, speed changed. Still, people adopted. And 3 again further increased. And now we live in a very fastest world. So when I was in the classroom, my teacher used to blackboard and chalk piece. And there are times even under the tree, they used to write with their finger on the sand. But today, they all have the device in their hand. And now, they live in a very fast-paced world that their mind works, the student's mind works when it is given at a very fast speed. I'm seeing my own son with a mobile all the time. He is very good in science, but always watching, videos. So video has a speed, right? So there's, and then we cannot come to a conclusion that they don't learn. They learn, but in their speed we have to give, then they will learn. So curriculum, there has to be a revolution, lot of change. Like we follow, the curriculum, I don't know when, how many years before. And now we live in a different world. There is technological evolution has happened. Accordingly, it is not modified, our curriculum. So the speed also involves. So there has to be a lot of, and so even now, like we live in a digital age. So accordingly, if changes are there, then that means I have to also, to understand my son, I have to update myself, then only I can understand. So like that, everyone, if they update themselves with the latest change that's happening, mainly in the academic world, I think then they will understand how the students or how they will, really learn. So
Yes,
we
ma'am.
have to update ourselves. That's what I feel.
Participants also sharing a lot of answers related to these questions.
Okay.
A lot of answers related to the questions.
Okay. Yes. I think they are able to read then. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yes, sir. And I
Yes,
think
ma'am.
we can conclude.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
And let me formally thank you. And dear participants, thank you for your support. Thank you for really interacting and giving your opinion. It means a lot to us, and we value your presence and also the contribution that you're making in the form of Q&A, and also complimenting the speaker with your messages in the chat box. Thank you really for taking your time to join us. And I take this opportunity to extend my heartfelt thanks to Dr. A. Albert Raj for delivering an enlightening and thought-provoking talk on principles of responsible governance in academic leadership. Sir, your insightful presentation has provided us with the valuable perspectives on the importance of ethics, integrity, and responsible leadership in academia. We have gained a deeper understanding of the crucial role that effective governance plays in shaping the future of our institutions. We are grateful for the time and effort you took to share your expertise and experience with us, and we are inspired by your commitment to promoting responsible leadership. And your session was very much engaging, which you could feel, and even I could, all of us could feel. Thank you, Dr. Albert Raj, for enriching our understanding and motivating us to strive for excellence in our institutions. Once again, thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
As we conclude day 2 of our faculty development program on empowering faculty for ethical teaching in the digital era, I'm filled with the gratitude and appreciation for the enriching discussions we have had today. On behalf of DMI Engineering College and Globothic South Asia Center, I extend my sincere thanks to all participants for investing your valuable time and energy into this program. A special thank to our esteemed speaker, Dr. A. Albert Raj, for sharing his expertise and inspiring us with his insights. Your active participation and thoughtful questions have made this program truly special. I thank Reverend Sister Dr. Arogya Mary, Administrator, who was with us, for her unconditional support and guidance, and also Dr. Pradeepa for coordinating this event from the beginning. Though we have come to the end of day 2, we are excited to explore more aspects of ethical teaching in the digital age tomorrow. Until then, take care, stay inspired, and let's continue to empower each other towards a bright future. Looking forward to connecting with you all again tomorrow at 6 p.m. Have a great evening. Thank you, Sister Arogya Mary, and thank you, sir. Thank you, Sushma, for the prayer. I'm ending the workshop.